Joined now by Saints running backs coach Joel Thomas. Coach, based on what you've seen from the Colts through Week 7, what type of challenges will they present you guys in the run game?
Well, they're an active group. I mean, they play extremely hard. They're sound. Their front four, like Buckner, Ebicon, they get upfield and they harass the quarterbacks, the runners, all this stuff. So, it's a battle that we're going to be tested on, and we feel like we have the right group to go ahead and win that battle. The linebackers, obviously, with Leonard and his stats, there's no lie to it. He's great at punching the ball out. So, obviously, every single week, every NFL team, has that guy, and he's one of the best, if not the best, right now in the NFL.
Speaking of having that guy, Alvin Kamara has been more vocal this year, coming back from his 3-game suspension. What qualities does he have as a leader in this room?
Well, it's one of those deals where you're in this room for now 7 years, and each year is a different story. And obviously, he's dealt with things in the past and had some life changes. And as you start to mature and get your pelts on the wall, so to speak, in the NFL, you approach things a little differently. And I think that this year has been the most obviously vocal that you guys have dealt with, but also just within the room. And he's not a young guy anymore. And some of these younger players, they can rely on his his stories that he's had to go through, and so it's been very beneficial. And obviously we missed that for the 3 weeks when he was out, but he's been awesome coming back.
You mentioned his longevity. Does he still have one of those breakout games in him, like the 2020 Christmas game where he breaks the touchdown record with 6 scores?
Well, yes, he had the 6 scores, but that's a group effort. Yeah. But I actually had to talk with him the other day as far as I still don't think you've reached your ceiling. There's things that you can still accomplish and in your game, day in and day out, that can still improve, and that's what's always encouraging when you're dealing with a player like him.
What's maybe been the challenge this year when you have so many offensive linemen changing with injuries, guys going out with a concussion or even sickness? How challenging is it to establish the run game when there's constant movement on the offensive line?
It's a difficult challenge, but nobody's sending sympathy cards to us to say, hey, I hope you get better. I mean, that's why we coach, and we always have to be ready for the variables that could present themselves. Obviously, the worst case ones sometimes pop up unexpected, but we're all professionals when it boils down to it, and we feel like we're starting to recoup some of our group back right now, and in all areas, obviously getting the runners healthy and getting some of the linemen back. So hopefully it's a reflection on Sunday in a positive way.
Yeah, you guys have Jamal Williams back now from IR. He was on a pitch count last week, but is hopefully getting closer to 100%. As well as Kendre Miller, the rookie who's come in and unfortunately has dealt with some small injuries, but it seems like he's back to 100%. I've seen you coach Alvin Kamara over the last few years so intently and continuing to ask more from him. How maybe is it different coaching a veteran like Jamal Williams and a rookie, Kendre Miller, at the same time? How does the coaching styles maybe change with those two?
Well, in the case of Jamal, it's more of him getting familiar with the way we call things, or a protection, or read a scheme. He's got plenty of game reps, so there's that. I have that confidence in the fact that he's been through the wars, because there's nothing that simulates getting out there on Sunday, Monday night, Thursday night, whatever day it is, and playing against the opponent full speed. And then with Kendre, it's more of he missed so much early on, so there's some catch-up going on as far as getting him up to speed with what we do on our offense. And fortunately, we have 2 other runners that he's not forced to basically get force-fed our offense right from the get-go. So he's picking up on it right now, and he's coming along. And part of the deal is it's not personal. We're just trying to all get to the same goal and win games, win a division, and go on to bigger and better things.
Do you believe Kendre Miller has the qualities to become an elite back?
I think elite's a heavy word, because we didn't know that with Alvin. We drafted him, ironically, in the 3rd round as well. So, those qualities to become elite back, obviously they'll start to flash even more so with the reps and the duration there. So I'm not going to sit there and pinpoint him as the elite guy right now. I feel that's a title that's earned.
When you have a new quarterback, Derek Carr, he's a pass-first guy as the running backs coach. What has it just been like working with him and trying to figure out how you guys can come together as an offense, incorporating the run game with a brand new quarterback?
Mm-hmm. Well, he is a quarterback that likes to throw it to the running back too, so I'm not too upset about that. But it's this yin and yang. You're always trying to be balanced in some of these games we've gotten unbalanced just based on the flow of the game and what's going on, trying to catch up. So it's on us. Really, I take it personally that we need to be on point with our run reads, our schemes, so we don't miss holes, and then we get discouraged from running a certain concept because a hole's been missed. So if you're hitting our stuff on point, we're being productive, we're going to run the ball more. And if we're not, then we're going to chunk the ball, and that's not a world we want to live in.
As a vocal coach on offense, how do you keep this team kind of up right now when the offense is still struggling to get going through week 7?
Well, it's one of these deals where you always have to look internally at yourself first of all. Then you absorb it, then you start working and trying to get everybody on the same page. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Well, part of that though, you can't change your beliefs as far as what you truly believe on how you approach the player, with sometimes it's brutal honesty, and continuing to let them know that we're trying to develop you and keep you going. And that's something that I've always believed in as a coach, and it's something that I think the players that I've worked with here or in the past, they've been appreciative of it. There's some times where it may be hard to swallow, but that's the NFL. I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat things when they aren't great, and if they are great, we're still going to find a way to get better and get on top of that. And being here for 9 years, I've got a relationship with pretty much everybody it's in this building. So I'm an older coach now. I've never really said that, but I am. So use that to my advantage.
Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck this week.
All right, thank you very much.